Well, welcome to the first episode of 1957 BSA Dandy. As you can see in the garage here alongside the Motor Guzzi Griso and the Triumph Street Triple is a genius of British design, 1957 BSA Dandy. It has no seat right now because the seat had rotted. It has no tank because the tank goes there, right where you sit above the tank. It doesn't have the optional speedometer, which is here, optional, you're kidding me. It has the light switch, it has the front brake, the horn, and the clutch switch on the left there. The silencer and the engine are intact. The cables are all going to need to be replaced, but I believe I can get a bicycle company to make them. Right now the tank is being cleaned and the rust is being got rid of. Then my plan is to fill it up with petrol, add an inline filter, connect it up to the carburetor, which curiously enough is inside the engine. You can see here the little choke lever, and then decide whether it'll start. If it does turn over, the engine does turn over. The wheels are very, very rusty, but straight. The spokes are all intact, and the tyres don't look too bad. Here you can see the tyres flat, but that's not a problem. And this is the magnificent kickstart. On the first models, the 1955 or 56 models, they used a hand crank lever, which was stupid. And this one has a kickstart, but it also has the carburetor inside the engine, as well as the points, which are behind the alternator inside the engine. So in order to adjust the points, you have to undo this bolt here, drop the engine, and then split it to adjust the points. It's no wonder when Honda's C90 and C70s came by that people jumped on them, because idiocy prevailed in the British bike industry. This was a cast iron barrel which seized frequently, but you know, as long as you had a screwdriver and a wrench to take the head off, you could tap it loose, which of course, you know, gave you time to sit beside the road and have a woodbine. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. The idea's right, but they were just so unbelievably cheap and stupid in their complicated design factors, born of the 1920s in my opinion, and cost-cutting beyond redemption. The Japanese made very cheap bikes, but they made them with a reliable engine that didn't need much fannying on with. The only reason I'm doing this is because my dad, Jack, who in my opinion was a great man, went to work at the shipyards in Wallsend and would come back, and on certain days, if the time was right and the weather was right, as a 3 or 4 year old in 1957, 58 or 59, I would be able to come down the alley and jump on these said running boards next to the rear brake lever, and jump on the bike and get driven up the back lane to home. It probably gave me my first inclination to ride a motorcycle or look at two-wheeled adventures, and consequently they've been on bicycles. The Triumph Street Triple, which is my wife's, Motor Guzzi Griso, which is mine, laid up for the winter. Underneath the cover there is a ZX1000 waiting for a plastic side panel that I broke because I'm cack-handed. And then there's the BSA Dandy. So far so good. We've taken the cap off the fuel tank and I polished it, and got rid of the rust in the fuel cap, and we've got rid of the rust in the petrol tank, and we're just waiting for it to dry. So the next episode we'll have the petrol tank coated with a cream coating once now all the rust has been negated, and then left to dry, and then we will be connecting it up to a gas line after we've checked the carburetor, and then seeing if it'll start. If it'll start, it's brilliant. I'm not really willing to invest a lot if it doesn't start. If it doesn't start, I'm just going to polish the engine, clean the bike up, put a seat on it, and just have it looking good. I'm going to get the bicycle cables made by a bicycle shop, polish off the chrome. I think we can start the engine, and as a friend of mine suggests that we could take a Honda 100 engine and use the plates that are there and put a Honda 100 engine and Honda rear wheel in the back and have it running. That's to come. $600 for the bike, which I think is reasonable. And my wife doesn't think so, but then she's the kind of person who is spending $600 on a Gucci belt and thinks that this is a waste of $600. But God bless her, she wants a belt. End of the first episode. Got really nothing much to say. So onwards to the next episode, where hopefully the tank will be coded, and that will be in probably a few days' time. Take care, everybody. All my 3 followers are subscribed watchers. Ta-da!